Hello, and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new The Slumber Party Massacre Deluxe Limited Edition Steelbook with exclusive Russ Thorn action figure by NECA. Our focus on this review is of course going to be the NECA figure, which is limited to just 2,000 pieces, so I would jump on this if you guys get a chance. But I will show the Steelbook that it comes with, and the 4K scan on here is done really well. I mean, it looks like it was shot today. The picture is that clean. And this movie is just full of 80s B-movie slasher greatness, and I really love these movies. I can't get enough of cheesy slasher flicks. And this was a great release, especially being a young boy in the early 80s. This was quite the eye-opener, so to speak, for me. But anyway, let's go ahead and spin old Russ Thorn around and we'll take a closer look at him. And here is Mr. Thorn out of the packaging. Now I went ahead and took down the lithograph that it came with. The size on that, for those that are curious, is 28.5 by 16.5. And it's a nice inclusion. All of this is just a kick-ass set, and I love so much that NECA and Scream Factory do these combined releases. To be able to get figures like Russ from Slumber Party Massacre or Angela from Night of the Creeps and all this other stuff is just absolutely kick-ass, and I love what NECA is doing, and I love these releases that they do, because otherwise we would never even dream of having action figures for these movies that we love, that even though we love them, are relatively obscure B movies that only crazy people like you and I enjoy. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Russ. We'll start up here with the head sculpt in Paint app. As usual, NECA's quality is very well done. It is on a ball joint, so you have tilt, and you can get full rotation out of it as well, but we're not going to do that. He has his awesome jean jacket, which is a little bit messed up from the strap that they put in there to hold the figure in the packaging, but it wouldn't take much to get that up. Shoulder has good movement, raises up to 90 degree, and it's got good rotation, and there is also a bicep swivel in there. The elbow is a double jointed elbow, so lots of articulation there. And then the hand, wrist have obviously full rotation and a nice swivel joint. There is a ab joint. You can get some movement and rotation out of that. And then also the hips, we have good movement here. And then you're really kind of just restricted by the clothing as far as how far out his legs can go. But you do have a good 90 degree movement here in the hip. Coming down through the knees, and it feels like it's just a single joint in the knee. A little less than 90 degrees, but probably adequate for whatever pose you're going to have them in. The ankles do have a little bit of pivot to them, but not a whole lot of movement here in the ankles. You can twist the leg to get rotation for the feet though. But I like the clothing. I feel like they did a really good job with that. There's little pockets. All right, we'll set him aside and look at the accessories. As far as the accessories, you have 3. You have the infamous drill, which he got off of the phone technician, who was a hot chick, by the way. And I guess he kept that for all his killing. I probably would have picked something different, but old Thorn is a drill guy. But the detail on the drill looks very well done. And I love the bit and the gore they have on the bit. Setting that aside, we have knife, as it wouldn't be a slasher flick without a knife. And that's also well done. And he comes in with a second right hand to be able to grip the knife. We'll go ahead and pop the drill in his right hand, which fits easily and holds snug. And in this hand, I'm not sure why it's in a grip mode. You can put a knife in there, but it's a little bit loose on this hand. And it just doesn't really fit the drill so much. It kind of does, but he can't hold the trigger on it. So we'll go ahead and swap out his right hand, which is just a peg. Yeah, that's really hard to get out. But anyway, so that's the peg. And then get this thing into focus here real quick. There we go. We'll go ahead and snap this guy in there. And we'll put him holding the knife. Kind of wish the jacket would sit down a little bit better, a little bit lower. And I wish he had a relaxed left hand. Although, you know what you could do is, in reality, you could just pop this off and do a scene from the end of the movie where he gets his hand chopped off by the machete. So that is about all there is to go over on this release. I absolutely love it. I would highly recommend running out over to Scream Factory and getting the set, because they are still available and they won't be around for long. These figures are getting more and more popular as people kind of find out about these releases over the past couple years, and they sell out really quick, and then the price on the secondary market just jumps through the roof. Again, there's only 2,000 of these figures made, which is a low number for NECA standards. It would be a high number in the statue world, but in the action figure world, 2,000 is a pretty small run. If you guys like these B movies as much as I do, I kind of grew up in the 80s, and there were so many slasher movies. I loved going to Blockbuster, and in the horror section they would just have piles and piles of these on VHS. And every weekend I would go and I would rent a couple, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great time to grow up in. And I'm just curious if you guys still like these movies, or if you're a little bit younger and you didn't grow up in that time period. Do you like these movies, or do you just find them totally cheesy and stupid? I kind of want to know that. My kids hate these movies. They think they're super dumb. But I guess maybe it's just because I'm older and I grew up with them. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling on. As always, feel free to leave any questions or comments that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.